all right, everybody. Welcome back to the Cain Stevens Super Show. I'm your super host once again, Cain Stevens, and we're back at it again. I have another super guest, or I should say guests. I have a friend of mine who I met through karaoke, through different facets of that type of deal when I was KJ, and she does not live in Lincoln now. I believe you live in New York, but
Yes.
without further ado, let's bring on Traci. Traci, how are you doing today?
I doing good.
You deserve that ovation. We need the can clapping and all that stuff. I try not to give a standing O just yet. Maybe at the end we'll
Yeah,
get
it
the whole
goes.
crowd applause. But welcome to the show. I'm really excited that you wanted to be on the show and
Thank
talk
you.
about what we're going to talk about. I know I don't know if it's well, I can't say I know. I don't know if it's hard for you to talk about the people or not. Not at
No.
all, but I'll just explain a little bit of what we're dealing with here. So you made me aware, which I had no idea when I met you, that you have something going on. Maybe yeah, you had told me something about DID, and I had absolutely being a physical monkey in the making right here. I had absolutely no idea what that was. And so from what I read from Wikipedia and everything, it's dissociative identity disorder, DID. And
Mhm.
I brought it up in our pre kind of like bringing us in, but some say it's formally known as multiple personality disorder, but that's not necessarily true in this case. Um, so what do you think about it? Like let's start to talk about well first before we get into that, let's talk about how you knew me. How do you think all that went when you when you knew me here in Lincoln? I mean, did you enjoy your time?
Oh yeah, definitely. I did. I always had a great time at your shows, and when we
Yeah.
weren't singing and stuff, we just hung out and talked at the table. Yeah. Oh, I miss all that.
It
It was
was
a
a
lot
good
of fun.
time, man. You were a loyal person that followed me around, and I really do appreciate
And
our time together.
and the karaoke here is, well, I'm in a town of 8,000 people.
Yeah.
Culture shock. And so our karaoke is maybe once a month for 3 hours.
Right.
And so you don't really have a chance to get to know the crowd or what they like or the KJ or really any of that, which
Yeah.
in a way I don't like because I liked being a groupie.
Right. Oh, you like
But
bands and stuff too. Do you still see bands and all that there?
yeah, no, not really.
Not really.
Because my fiance and me are both really immune compromised. So, I mean, COVID's still a real thing,
Yeah. Yes,
vaccinated
it
or
is.
not.
Yeah.
I mean, when not getting into any of that, but vaccinated or not, it's still a reality. So, we're really careful going into bigger crowds
Yeah.
just because of that, because I have 5 autoimmune disorders.
Wow.
So, I don't need to take the risk. But we watch a lot of podcasts. And so,
Yeah.
yeah, we're still groupies, just
And
different
yeah,
format,
groupies are great, right? Especially in all different facets.
right?
But for me, what was interesting is that I had no idea that all this was going on in your life. I mean, of course, it's not something that you bring up a lot.
Well, truthfully, I didn't either.
Yeah, because what you had sent me something about
Yeah.
what was it in 2020 that it came up?
Yeah. In 2020,
Yeah,
she made herself aware.
yeah. So let's talk about who she is before we bring her out to talk to us. Um, I mean, who is the she that you're referring to, and how does she affect your life?
Her name is Talia,
Hmm.
and how she affects my life, honestly, she doesn't.
Yeah,
Um, she's just there.
right.
She didn't appear to me until May of 2020, but I know in talking with her and looking back at my life, she's been with me all my life.
Yeah,
Um, it's just we didn't what they call coexist.
right.
So I didn't know she existed. She came out, my fiance, I was with him or starting to get friendly with him when I was still in Lincoln. And I guess from what she says, the reason she chose to come out now is she felt good enough with him that he was going to be the one that would understand and would all this.
Right.
But it was kind of fluky because me and him are having a conversation on the phone, and um, he knew something was up with me. Like I was not mentally not feeling good, or something was going on with me, and I wasn't going to tell him. And he goes, "Well, fine. He's just joking, but he goes, fine. I'll just come over to your head and get it out of there for myself."
Yeah.
And really loud in my head, I hear, "The hell you will." And I'm
Yeah.
like, hello. And I didn't take to her real well at first. I didn't want
Right.
it. I didn't want her. I was like, great, just one more thing wrong with me. Go away. And she actually jumped me and came out to him.
Mm-hmm.
And they, I guess, had this conversation. And he came and told me, he goes, "She's not to be afraid of. Just, you got to talk to her, and you got to set this relationship where it is, where it's going, just like any other, relationship you have with a person."
Yeah, for sure.
Because she is very much her own person. She has her own likes, dislikes, hobbies. I mean, opinions. She definitely has her own opinions. Um, there's a lot of things about us that are similar, but just like a parent and child situation, your children are going to be somewhat a lot like you,
Mm-hmm.
um, and also themselves.
Yeah.
So, really, we had an agreement when all this went down at first, and I said, okay, as long as you don't hurt me or hurt someone else, you can stay here all you want.
Yeah.
And ever since then, it's just been copacetic. She's not a problem. She actually calls my fiance dad.
Yeah.
Um, I'm mom, he's dad. And for her, it's been kind of learning how to be
Right.
fully a person, because she was in and out so much growing up that she's not super well rounded.
Right.
Like, she didn't understand crying. When I would talk to John on the phone from Nebraska and he's in New York, we'd have to let each other go, and I'd be upset and I'd cry.
Right.
And or when I was happy, like when we got here and I'm crying the first time I see him. And she was mad at him, thinking he'd hurt me. She didn't understand that you can cry when you're happy.
Mm-hmm.
And because her concept was, why would you do that?
Yeah.
And so there's been little things like that that she's learned. She does jump me occasionally, but she knows not to in public. She does ask if she can come out in public. She has this myth that she can imitate me,
Right.
but she sounds kind of demonic when she does it, because she drops her voice really low and it doesn't sound normal.
Now, when she
But
comes out, are you cognizant? Are you aware of what's
yes,
going on, or does she take over? So it's
yeah,
you're
no,
always aware.
yeah. I mean, she could either take over fully me,
Mm-hmm.
or I can allow her to just take over partial.
Right.
So we coexist, which means I know what she does, she knows what I do. We know each other's there. When she comes out, I'm aware. We kind of call it like a window. Like there's this big window that we see out of,
Mm-hmm.
and she's always standing by the window, seeing what's going on. Even when she's not at the window, she knows what's going on. It's almost like we say we have a PA system up there.
Yeah.
And wherever she is up there, she can hear everything going on because they exist together. If I want to bubble her out, I can bubble her out where she can't hear it.
Right.
And she can bubble me out, but she knows if I have a span of time I don't remember, she's gonna hear about it. And she
Yeah.
gets in trouble. And like any child, she gets things taken away. She has things in her room that will get disappear and she can't recreate it.
Now, when
So
you go to like karaoke and different things, and she wants to come out, does she like different songs? Is she into? Does she
um
perform?
yeah,
Yeah.
she hasn't karaoke yet.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I don't know how we do it with her voice, but um she tends to like, it's one of her, she likes power songs, like one of her favorite. Oh, Three Little Pigs. She loved. She does karaoke with John. So here at home,
Yeah.
and they love doing Three Little Pigs by Green Cello.
I assume that's
But
John next to you, right? I saw the
yes,
chair move and I was like, it's either a ghost or somebody's there.
oh,
So
we have those too, but no, that's
yeah.
John.
Hello, welcome.
Um, but she likes singing that. She likes singing like God. Who sings Roar? I can't think.
What, Rare Earth? War by
No, Roar.
Oh,
You're
Roar
meant
by
to
Katy
be.
Perry.
Yes,
Yeah.
she likes that song. She's a
I thought
little
you
more
said war.
bubbly.
Like,
No,
wow, that's awesome. She digs Rare Earth. That's
she's a
excellent.
she's a little more bubblegummy than I
Yeah.
am. She's a little more. She gotta hate me for this. She's a little more girly girl than I am.
Yeah.
I can't hear what she's saying.
What is
He just said, "I'm so glad I can't hear what she's saying." Yeah, but she's a tomboy like me, and
yeah.
she she's not a dark side of me like a lot of people kind of think that they have to be afraid of the family, not system, the family in my head. They think that they have to be afraid of them, and they're not always violent. They're not always, yeah, she has a temper. She gets angry.
And
She's in
doesn't
your,
have a mute button.
she doesn't have a mute button. She's in your face. She has no filter.
Yeah.
These things she's learning, but her base, who she is, she's out there, and she hurts you, you'll know.
I mean,
She'll be the one
is
to
she,
face.
would you say she's a lot of things that you're not and as as Traci? Would you say
Mhm.
that she's kind of not, I mean, definitely parts of you, but almost completely different in a way too. Like, I mean, is it
Yeah.
really truly like two people in
Yes.
one mind?
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even he said, "Oh God, yes." Um. Yeah. She's a lot different than I am in a lot of aspects, and
Right.
she's got similarities, like I said, but she's a lot
She's
not
got a
me.
lot of Traci in her.
And my when all this started, I came out to my therapist here. My one in Lincoln didn't know. Um, Actually, all the coming out things started just as I was leaving there.
Right.
And so she never got a chance to really know. I think she suspected, but she didn't know. I came out to my one here and was really happy she didn't crush it right away and say no or yes. She just said, okay, well, let's just see how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
And every session she hears about Talia, she's part of her YouTube and all this kind of stuff. And she hasn't squashed it yet. And she knows that it's not a voice that's external to me.
Right.
Because she's asked me that. Is it someone outside? No, she's definitely in there. But she doesn't feel like my id or whatever.
Yeah.
Hope I got that right. Your id, your inner voice.
Yeah,
No,
absolutely.
it's not that. No, she's totally a different sound, different feeling.
So it's
And
not
maybe
like it's not like your conscience, like your own voice telling you this or that.
no,
It's like it's
no.
it's like a completely different person talking to
Oh,
you.
Yeah.
The reason I'm asking this is because obviously people who are going to watch this and listen to it, they're going to have no idea unless, I mean, unless they're
Right.
a therapist or a psychologist or something like that. So, I mean, this is truly bringing awareness to this situation.
And
It's not a
that's,
bad, I don't mean it for lack of better term situation. What
I know
what
you
you have. Yeah.
Gift of life.
So I hope you don't
I,
mean.
and I
I hope you
actually
don't.
consider her a gift to me
Yeah, for sure.
because she's um I don't know, people think too that when you have a, I call her my child, but when I have a child in my head, that they took all your trauma for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you developed them, is they took all your trauma. And that's not true, at least not for us.
Yeah.
And I don't think for a lot of DID people it's true. They share, but they don't take it. So she took enough so I could tolerate it and tolerate being alive. But no, she didn't take it all.
Yeah.
And actually, what she took was the opposite of what I did. So I kind of have, like, I don't know if you know, but when you have a trauma memory, it splits into 5 sections. So
Okay.
you have, the memory itself, you have the feeling of it, you have the sensory, all these different parts. And all I had was the memory itself. I
Yeah.
didn't have feelings with it, smells, none of that. She has all that.
Hmm.
And she doesn't have the memory itself. She just has all the feelings. And so with the two of us coming together, we've kind of started to work and melding those
Right.
so that we have full memories of stuff, good and bad, because
Yeah.
you kind of you kill the good ones too when you're killing the bad ones.
Yeah, of course.
You're throwing out. So there's a lot of good stuff I don't remember either.
Well, you lock
But
a person tends to, especially with dissociation, a person tends to lock a lot of the horrible things into boxes and all this stuff, and
yeah,
maybe they won't think about it for their whole life. Maybe they'll eventually it'll come out in little bits and pieces. I mean, I've
exactly.
been around a lot of people with this type of thing happening, and what I dislike about all of it is I can't stand how people treat people, and I'm not by any means calling what you have as a mental illness. So all I'm saying is just
It's okay.
anything mental people don't want to talk about. And it's like you would think
Right.
as society evolves we could finally kind of move over the hump on this, but we just
I
don't
know.
get.
It's like we don't have the plague. It's not contagious.
Yeah,
No
exactly.
matter how many heads she would love to jump into and scramble, she can't do it.
Now, when if you were to talk to a religious person, like say a priest or something, would they sit there and try to assume that you're possessed or something of that
I
nature?
don't know about that.
Yeah. Has
I,
anyone ever
I
asked you that before? And I'm not
no.
suggesting that myself. I'm just saying, that, and I personally, whatever anyone wants to believe, I don't want to get into a religious debate, but
Right.
I could see their plight on some. I wouldn't agree with it, but I could see where they could arrive on that type of assumption. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I mean, even though I'm not religious, I'm spiritual, but I'm not religious. But
Yeah.
even though um I I would pick mental illness over yeah, possessed.
Yeah.
Even though I believe in paranormal and all that,
Right.
it's more of a believable to be um mental disorder than it is
Yeah.
possessed. But
Do
I
you
don't know
consider it
what
to be a
they
disorder? I mean,
no,
no.
no,
Yeah.
no, she's a gift to me, and
Yeah.
she's helped me in a lot of ways be a better person. She's helped him.
Okay.
Uh there's lots of times if he's got a problem talking about something, she can come out to him and just be like, Daddy, and she can get him to talk
Yeah.
where I can't. So um she's been really great that way. She's just like people's children do. She points out stuff to me that I'm like, wow, I would have never looked at it that way or never thought of it that way. But
Right.
she sees it all kind of through the eyes of a little kid.
Yeah.
So I get to see the whole magical thing that way. Plus, I never had kids. So she's kind of my kid, but I don't have to pay for college. So
Yeah, exactly. Well, you guys have animals, right? I mean, animals are
oh
kids
yeah.
too. You can't just
Yeah,
dump them.
I got two of my cats back from Nebraska, and
Nice.
we got a puppy, 7-month-old puppy, and we
Awesome.
have a little guinea pig.
Right
So
on. Hey,
yeah.
I'm all for it. If I could have a zoo in my house, I would. I'd certainly try with all
Yeah,
the
me
creatures we
too.
have.
Me too. Um, but yeah, I mean, as far as affecting my life really in a negative fashion, really she doesn't.
Yeah. What
She
do you think how many people have you told about this? I mean, do family members know about it?
a couple family members do. And the strange thing was both of them were like, cool.
Yeah.
Can
Hey,
we
that's
meet her, let
great.
her out?
That's kind of my next leading question, without prying too much, is I mean, have the people who do know, do they accept what you're saying and they're good to you
Yeah,
about it?
yeah.
But you are selective.
I'm selective, who knows?
Yeah,
I don't tell just everybody. I mean, they gotta be pretty close to me.
right.
And not many people get close to me. So that's a select few that know. But I have a friend that we've just reconnected and we were really good friends way back in the day when I very first started karaoke in
Hmm.
like 99, 2000. and we dropped contact, and we recently regained contact, and she's really an inquisitive person, and she's very logical. And so I told her, kind of stumbled on having to tell her. But she didn't believe me at first. And I said,
Right.
okay, do you want to meet her? And she goes, yeah. Well, she 20 questions Talyia. And she goes, quit calling me Traci. I'm not Traci. If you want to talk to her, I'll bring her back. But don't call me that. I'm my own person.
Right.
That's kind of where Tal gets an attitude, because she's very much her own person, and she feels she is, and she doesn't want to be treated like she's me.
Yeah. Well, I keep asking you all these questions. I mean, maybe I can ask her some of those questions.
Okay. Yeah. Hold, let me put this out, because
yeah, she doesn't smoke, I take it.
she will. I don't want her to.
Yeah.
But she'll do anything. I just got her past the point that when she's eating, or when I'm eating, or she's eating, she doesn't just jump out and I come in mid swallow and choke to death.
Right.
That's another kind of hazard that we don't think about. But yeah, if you want to meet her, she can come out and say hi.
I would love to. I would love to
Okay.
love to meet her and talk to her.
Come here now. Hi.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good.
I don't know if you're aware, but my name's Cain. I'm a friend of Traci's, and
Yeah, you're the music guy.
yeah, the music guy. Yeah, that's a good thing. At least she doesn't think I'm like a jerk or something, you know.
No, mom likes you. Mom misses you.
Good.
Mom misses going and singing and the blow up guitars and stuff.
Yeah, I think Traci even got me some different blow up things when I didn't have them, so it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So do you also like music? Do you
Oh yeah. I like all different kinds. Mom's I like rock, but mom's more heavier than I am.
Yeah. Traci kind of likes to rock, you know.
Yeah, I do too, but I don't like, she goes like Slipknot and stuff, and I'm not super into that one.
Yeah.
But I like the 80s rock and stuff like that. And
Absolutely.
I like rap. I love techno. My daddy's a DJ, so
awesome.
I get into techno a lot.
Yeah.
And mom's starting to try to do it. So, but I like big band. I kind of like everything. And I play the xylophone.
Oh, excellent.
My own. Mom and dad got me one for Christmas. I have my own little xylophone I can play.
It's a really great instrument, honestly. It's so fun to play. My son also plays that, and he plays drums and everything in school. So
yeah, Mama plays drums. So that's kind of, I think. And we got, for Christmas, we got Daddy a space drum thing. Mm-hmm. And then for his birthday, we got him a saxophone.
Yeah.
He grew up playing saxophone. So
that's awesome.
We're all musical.
The best families are, you know it.
Yeah.
So do you have any do you remember when I was hanging out with Traci? Were you in there with her?
Yeah, it was I just didn't come out, and mom didn't know, but I knew about stuff going on. I just wasn't close enough to the window to really know.
Yeah.
But like, I heard the music. I knew she was singing, and I saw things, but a lot of what I know from when I wasn't out was we have like a DVD in here. Mm-hmm. So I guess people would call it their memory, but it's so that I can catch up on stuff I've missed, and she can catch up on my stuff that she's missed. So everything and anything gets recorded.
Yeah. Well, I feel like an idiot, but I didn't really give you a good intro to my audience. So if people don't know, we're speaking to Talyia right now. And it is a pleasure to meet you. I'm excited. You know, Traci's been telling me a lot about you, but it's really exciting that you wanted to come out and talk to me.
Yeah, that's kind of my thing, like with my YouTube and everything, is that when I started watching the YouTube videos about DID and stuff, I wasn't happy with a lot of them. Mm-hmm. And so they all sounded really cool and mechanical. And I was like, No, I want to make my own, and I want to let people know what it's like from another perspective and educate them and all this. And
Put
I mean,
squash to the word you hate the worst.
yeah, daddy said, put a squash to the word that I hate the most. Alt.
All, yeah.
I don't like being called an alt because that makes me feel like I'm less than,
Yeah.
and I'm not. I'm my own. So I'm not an alt, I'm me. And the other word I didn't like that they use in those videos is system.
Right.
My head's not a system. We're a family.
Yeah.
So I think that might be why it works so good with us is we are a family.
Yeah.
And I mean, I range in age. So, and I hear a lot of people can do that. So I range in age from 9 to 17. Depends how I want to present myself.
Right.
And most of the time I'm little, most of the time I'm 9, 10 though. And uh so I mean I have mom, I have dad. I finally have a dad that I want.
Yeah.
And
That's awesome.
I didn't have a dad that was very nice to us.
Yeah.
So now I got dad that understands everything with me.
Well, does that
And
give you a little bit of closure having him to make you feel not necessarily closure, but does that
yeah,
make you feel feel wanted, loved,
oh
having
yeah,
that sort of thing?
yeah. Because I was kind of scared of uh like well the other guy's mom had been with. I didn't want them for daddies because I didn't think it'd be safe with me.
Yeah.
But daddy is I don't know, I feel safe, comfortable. I feel okay around guys now because
Good.
daddy shows me they're not all gonna hurt me.
Yeah. We're not
So
all bad, you know. Some
no,
of us are
no.
okay.
And even the ones that mom says are okay, like friends and stuff, I'll still kind of look at them like, okay, you're okay now, but
Yeah.
what's good? When's the other shoe gonna drop and what's gonna happen?
Right.
But I've never really done that with daddy. So
You got to kind of get to know a person more in order to really figure out what you think of them.
yeah, I'm slower in a way than mom.
So I mean, we don't know each other very well. We just met. I mean, do I frighten you in any way or make you
Nah,
feel it's okay?
nah,
It's okay to tell me.
no. Plus, you're way far away. So,
Yeah, exactly.
but
I
no, you don't. I mean, there's not a lot that scares me. Just makes me leery
Yeah.
now.
Plus you're riding on your 5 minutes of fame.
Daddy said I'm riding on my 5 minutes of fame.
Well, keep
Shush.
keep riding it, right? Sometimes 5 turns into 10, 20, 30.
Yeah,
So,
but no, I come out, and that's another thing with videos we saw is they treated their people kind of like tools, like they only come out when they're under stress, or they only come out.
right.
Well, what happens to them when they're not out? Do they just go back into darkness?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's very, very sad to me that they would go back into nothing.
Where do you go? Where do you go? I mean, are you suggesting to me that you're there with yeah, you and Traci are there all the time together?
Yeah,
There's no darkness or
no, we're all the time we're together, and I have my own room. I have kind of sort of a house.
mhm.
So I mean that before me, no, there wasn't a house, but then once I came, I needed my own room. So
Right.
mom said, construct something and nice up there. I don't need money. So
Yeah.
Let's be nice.
yeah, mom always tells me it must be nice. But up there, I can just, and I get what I want. It just shows up. So now I have a room and stuff. So when I
Awesome.
want to go disconnect and be by myself and don't want me and mom knowing each other, then I just go in my room.
Yeah.
So, and I have TV and Xbox and I have all kinds of stuff in there. And I have a cat. So
Sounds like a great place, honestly. I'd
Yeah.
love to have a place like that. I mean, I kind of
Um,
do, but then I got all the bills and everything to go with it. So,
Mom just won't let me have a roller coaster.
yeah,
I want a roller coaster. I told her a roller coaster or a little brother.
yeah.
I'm waiting. I don't know what.
Well, you never know, right? I mean, the sky's the limit on everything.
She says her head's too small for a roller coaster and she ain't giving me a little brother.
Yeah. Well, do you ever find yourself when you do come out? I mean, is it hard for you to go back in, or is it easy for you to? Yeah, I guess what I'm saying is it easy for Traci to come back and you to go
Oh,
back?
yeah, because she makes me.
Yeah,
But um, no, because I know I'm not worried about when I'm out and Mom says, okay, we got this to do or that to do. You got to go back to your room.
mm-hmm.
Because I know I'm going to be allowed back out. It's
Yeah,
not like I had that fear of, oh no, I'm going away forever and I'm never going to get back out again.
right.
Because I know Mom and Dad both are good at, and Dad asks for me to come out sometimes. And so I know that I'm free to come and go. And so I don't have to be afraid about being put away because I know I get back out. So
Yeah,
no, going back in is not really a problem. Sometimes I'm having too much fun and I'm like, oh, 5 more minutes, 5 more minutes. So Mom says that way I'm like a normal kid.
yeah.
But um nope, pretty much we come and go pretty good.
Well, I mean, I really do appreciate you coming out to talk to us, and people can really understand, how what it's like for you and what it's like for Traci. I mean, to me, my opinion, just by talking to you now, it seems like you've got a pretty good life, for yourself.
Yeah, we do pretty good. I mean, it's a like I said, it's a learning thing all the time.
Yeah,
Right now our big thing is just kind of putting out there to other people that it's not the scary stereotypical thing that they think. It's not everything psychiatry says it is because a lot of them have it messed up too.
yeah,
Um, and yeah, there's some people like that, but we all have it different.
right,
Everybody has like not everybody can do what we do, and we can't do what some others can do. So we all have it different, and they've psychiatry has made rigid rules about um there's an automatic blackout, and if you don't have a blackout you don't have it.
yeah,
Well, there's coexisting, and that means we're both out.
yeah,
We're
absolutely,
not both facing, but we're both here.
yeah,
um so that was kind of my thing with educating people, is just to get out there that you don't have to be afraid of us or think we're weird. We can be your new good friend and have totally different things in common with you than what Mom does.
right,
And we could be friends on different levels.
for sure. Well, Talia, I hate to do this to you. We're
I
reaching
know
the
I gotta
portion
go.
of the show where we take a quick break.
Okay.
Uh, Hey there, fellow follicle enthusiasts. We have a sponsor that's about to make your beards go wild with delight. Brace yourselves for the one and only, the elegant Sasquatch. Are you ready to unleash your outer beast?
Cain, I've been waiting for this moment my entire bearded life. But tell me, how can the elegant Sasquatch help us awaken our inner beasts?
Oh, my hairy companion, the elegant Sasquatch has a treasure trove of beard products that will have your whiskers partying like it's the wildest night in the forest. From their aromatic beard oils to their beastly balms and buttery concoctions, they've got everything you need to make your beard sing with joy.
I can almost hear my beard belting out its own rendition of I Will Survive.
Your beard is in for a treat, my friend, and here's the best part. Every single product is handmade with love. Picture this, a team of Sasquatch artisans rocking their aprons and wielding their grooming tools, crafting beard goodies that will blow your mind. It's like a hairy fiesta of craftsmanship.
I can see those Sasquatch artists dancing with their combs and trimmers like they're on a hairy stage.
Absolutely. These bearded maestros pour their heart and soul into every bottle of beard oil, every tin of balm, and every tub of butter. They're like the Michelin-starred chefs of the beard world, creating culinary delights for your facial hair.
My beard is salivating in anticipation.
Well, get ready for your beard to do a happy dance because the Elegant Sasquatch has you covered from all angles. Their beard oils will make your whiskers as smooth as a buttery glide. Their balms will sculpt your beard into a masterpiece that would make Da Vinci jealous. Their butters will leave your beard softer than a cloud made of marshmallows, and their washes will cleanse your beard with a scent that's fresher than the waterfalls in the Rockies.
My beard is ready for the bearded revolution.
You can find the Elegant Sasquatch on Instagram and Facebook. They're ready to share their hairy wisdom, showcase their bearded customers, and entertain you with memes that will make your mustache curl with laughter.
I can't wait to join the hairy community and bask in the glory of their bearded memes.
So, folks, get ready to let your beards run wild. Unleash your outer beast and head over to Facebook and Instagram to find the Elegant Sasquatch. Trust me, your beard will thank you, and you'll be the envy of every bearded creature in the virtual forest.
Here's to smelling like a wild creature and embracing your inner Sasquatch.
Cheers to that, my fellow bearded brethren, and stay elegant with the Elegant Sasquatch.
All right, we're back, everybody. We had a little break from our sponsor, a wonderful sponsor, the Elegant Sasquatch out of New Jersey, actually. So if you're a man, I don't know if he's a bearded gentleman or not, but if he is, we've got the best. My sponsor has some of the best beard balms and all that stuff in the business. So check out the Elegant Sasquatch. Traci, I got to talk to Talyia. It was epic. I was glad that she felt comfortable enough to talk to me.
Oh yeah, she likes you.
Good. Well,
She goes, Mom, he's cute.
The number of girls, maybe 5 or 6 in my life who probably feel the same. No, I've always been pretty good with people. I usually blend in pretty good, but I'm glad you're back. About you. I've got so many things that on my mind now. So talking to you and then talking to her. So were you aware when I was talking to her of everything that was said?
Yeah.
Or did you go completely out? She had talked about having a room and and her own thing. So it's not like a darkness that she goes into.
Right. No. And even if that was a thing, I wouldn't have let it been a thing. Yeah. Just because I know she's in every aspect that she's a person. She's just a person without her own body.
But she's a person. Yeah.
So she deserves things, and she deserves her own room and environment, and overall somewhere she could go to get away from me.
Yeah.
If we needed space, I mean, the head's only so big. She needs space. She can get away from me. I can get away from her. And yeah.
It sounds like she wants at least a little more space for a roller coaster, maybe a brother.
Oh God.
I mean, what you're not going to provide all of that for her either?
That's been a thing for a while. She wants a roller coaster, and it's better than at one point she wanted a hippopotamus. So
yeah. Who doesn't, right?
Well, she got that. She got me.
So yeah. She wants all kinds of stuff.
Right. Well, I mean, do you think that there's I know that'll be a question people will wonder and ask. Do you think that do you think there's anyone else that could come out over time that hasn't made themselves present?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know about her. And she I think she would know before me. Because she's people like to say I'm empathic, but she I think really is. But she tends to feel a lot more than I do. And so I think she might be able, and just being what she is.
Right.
She just goes, "Shut up, Mom."
She doesn't like that.
No. But given her organic history, I think she would be more in touch with that maybe than me.
Right. Yeah.
But so far, I'm not sensing anything else.
Yeah.
And she says, no, because I'm all you need.
So you have a YouTube and everything for so let's talk about that a little bit. I mean, because you do want awareness to people on this sort of thing. So let's make people aware via this platform that we have going on here. Tell me
Okay.
what you want to get out of telling people about it. Do you just want people to treat people like yourself better? What is the purpose of
I mean,
like the YouTube?
yeah, the YouTube is just her outlet, fun and education.
Yeah.
And she has fun in it too. Like she'll post some of her favorite songs and just things about herself. And but a lot of it's more educational based, and she's mainly just trying to get out of the stigma.
Yeah.
And the sad thing and the frustrating thing for her is when she hears doctors or like videos of other people that have this and doctors talk, um she gets frustrated because a lot of it's for her and not me inaccurate, and she doesn't like uh how they word their stuff, system and alt and people, and they have all kinds of, but it's real to us really sterile, and yet they call them their people, and it's like, well, if they're your people, why don't you treat them like they are?
Right.
I mean, Tal comes out to play games with me and John, which that's interesting, but yeah, she'll play games with the two of us. I
Right.
just have to swap out, and that is when we have to block each other.
Yeah.
So if we're playing games, I can't know what she's doing, so I have to go away. But she comes out to play with him. She comes out to do karaoke with him. We have gotten her birthday presents, Christmas presents. She gets me Mother's Day presents. I mean, she gets him Father's Day and birthday things. So
Does she
she's,
have a different birthday than you? I mean,
oh yeah, her. Well, we consider her her gotcha day, but the day she came out, which
Yeah,
was
A May baby.
she was a May baby, yeah, but May, so I can't remember. Yeah, May. He remembered. Oh God.
and what would you tend to get her if you got her something? Like, what are some of her favorite things?
Things for on the outside,
Yeah.
anything artistic. That way she is like me. She
Yeah.
likes to draw, color. So I get her that things, music things. Um, she likes to read, but she's so hyper like me. It's really hard for her to do it. So I'll get her audiobooks and things like that.
Yeah.
Um, she really likes nature. So
Extra.
dinosaurs she loves, outer space she loves. So anything to do with that kind of stuff.
Yeah. What are her favorite like TV shows and stuff? Does she have like the certain shows that she really digs?
She loves she likes gory actiony stuff, and so do I. God, what is the improv show? Whose line is it anyway?
Oh,
She
yeah.
loves Whose line is it anyway? Um she likes some of the older stuff that we grew up with, which I are the same as me. Quantum Leap.
Oh, yeah.
And
One of the
she
greatest
loved
shows of all
that.
time. Oh, yeah.
She loved that show, and so did
Absolutely.
I.
You
But
like the new one? How have you felt about? I'm
it's okay,
up and down
but
about it. Yeah.
it's okay. But if I would have never known the original,
Yeah.
but I love the original so much that the new one, it's okay, it's good, but it's good on today's level. You have to
Scott
like,
Bakula is the
yeah,
man, you know. Like
I know. You have
yeah,
to
for
forget
sure.
you knew anything about the original.
Yeah.
But no, those are, she likes comedies, action thrillers. She
Yeah.
likes gore in a way, but she gets scared more than I do.
Yeah. But she told me about her instruments, she told me about playing xylophone,
She
I know
loves
you play the
xylophone.
drums. We've had many a conversation. How are the drums going, by the way? Are you still
I
able
have
to
a hard
smash on
time
stuff?
playing them right now because the neighbors, and we're closer to our neighbors here than we were in Lincoln.
Yeah.
So, and we have one neighbor on one side of us that is nosy and code crazy. So they use
She's
code as
weaponized.
revenge against all the neighbors. So
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything to
You
tip
got to
them
get
off.
that
But
electronic set like the one I have in my
I
studio.
have it. It's just not
Yeah.
set up because, well, we came into the house in kind of a messed up situation. His mother had dementia and she passed away, and she was a hoarder. So we're still kind of coming down from all that and
Right.
trying to restore a house that was never taken care of for over 20 years. So it's still a mess, but it'll all get worked out. I'll get my drumming back. For right now, I just drummed using the online
Yep.
drum machines and stuff.
Yeah,
I
they're fun too.
I compose with that, and I still do all that too.
Awesome. Hey,
It's
as long as
usually
you're still
fun.
doing it, never give up on it. Yeah, never.
Right. No, I do that, and now I'm getting kind of into the sound effect DJ stuff and kind of anything musical. And she's
Yeah.
usually always part of all that too.
You
If
guys
I
like synth wave and all that type of stuff?
yeah,
Yeah, I've
yeah,
gotten really big into that. I put out a really weird a year and a half ago. I put out a really weird album with a band that I started called Neon Mannequin, and it's all synth wave. And yeah, it's
nice,
really fun.
nice. And what I'm doing more is I call it storycore.
Yeah,
It's basically techno background with like sound effects and stuff put over it that tells a story.
yeah.
So, and he does all out anything doomcore club stuff. He was a club DJ in Florida and stuff. So he
Right
kind of
on.
does everything, but kind of anything musical. She gets a hand in it too, where she will tell me, oh, this would look good here, or this would sound better there. And so she's always a part of all that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I guarantee that this is going to be a fascinating episode to people because honestly, how many people really know people who are willing to come out and talk about this sort of thing, and
Like
that's a
talking to
great
them.
that's kudos to you for being okay with coming out and talking about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not scared of it. I'm not scared to go out into public with people. And I mean, I don't let her out because it keeps her safe.
Right.
But I don't have a problem talking about it.
Yeah.
And really, she doesn't either. It's just I don't let her everywhere because I'm trying to keep her safe.
Mm-hmm.
And she's been told from the time she got here that you come out in the wrong situation with the wrong attitude, it can be really bad for us because not a lot of people understand.
Right.
And she says, well, let's make them understand. I said, yeah, you go do that. You go to girl, you just make them understand. She goes, fine, I will. Her mother's attitude.
Right. Well, I hope something like this helps. I hope this helps in their plight to talk about this sort of thing. I mean,
that's the main thing for us. Get rid of this mental health stigma stuff.
Of course.
It's ridiculous.
It is.
On this earth that doesn't.
I mean, everybody's got mental health disorders on some scale. There is not one person that gets born into this life that gets out of it without some kind of mental health issue.
Of course.
So there's no real reason to sit there and point fingers and say you're worse than I am, you're scarier than I am.
Yeah.
And without knowing her or even taking the time to get to know her, how can you even say that, oh, my DID makes me scary or dangerous or whatever? You don't even know her. So you can't pass judgment on that.
Right, exactly.
And that's kind of the thing that I want to bring out to people, especially with DID, is before you judge, meet them. And if you don't feel safe, have the person bring them out in a controlled place or for a limited amount of time or only for certain topics, whatever. But get to know them first before you just cast them off as being crazy.
Right. Would you consider doing this is somewhat of a public forum. I mean, I'm not Joe Rogan or anything, so it's not like we're gonna have a billion people viewing this stuff. Yeah, I would love for that to be the case, but I mean, would you want to go and talk to people on a bigger scale about this type of thing someday?
Someday, yeah, but it depends how big of a scale. I don't know if I'd want to be actually national television, but I wouldn't mind becoming like a public speaker type thing.
That's kind of more what I'm getting at. Yeah,
and I wouldn't mind doing that because not just for DID, but like I said, it's needed for all facets of the mental health industry. And letting them know we're not all the same, and letting doctors know that too. We're not all the same. You can't put us in these little boxes that say if you do this, 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 or don't, you have it or don't have it.
Right.
I mean, at the end of the day, you're not in my head. You don't know.
Well, and why is what you're going through? Why would it be any worse than like say myself? I have no problem sharing with people my severe depression and stuff like that.
Right.
I think that it's more important, especially I'm not saying women don't, but I'm saying there's always been the stigma of like men, for example, they don't share their feelings, they don't do it, and I think
Right.
that's
Yeah.
completely ridiculous. I think
Yeah.
in today's age, we're an evolved culture where we should be able to talk about our
We should be
feelings
able
and
to.
do all this, but there's still many that don't.
And like Tal's, how she ends all her YouTube videos, at least in the print part, is, I hope I get it right. Don't forget to love those you see and those you don't.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because her thing is a lot of people that have, we think, our opinion anyway, there's a lot of people that have the people inside that are angry or want to hurt them and things. It's mainly, I think, because they're not acknowledging them.
Yeah.
They want to be acknowledged.
Right.
And because that's kind of how she got when I was trying to push her away. She wouldn't have hurt me, but she got angry and was, it's your fault, it's your fault, it's your fault that I went through this, and it's your fault that, and once we came to our understanding, and I just started treating her like she was a person, and she's my daughter, and you get presents, you get a room, once she started being more of just a bodiless person, that's all went by the wayside, and she barely ever gets upset anymore. Right. She gets confused and frustrated, but she didn't get upset anymore.
So
if
she was to get upset, how does that manifest exactly? Is it just like just mentally she starts drilling you about, how she feels? I mean, how does it manifest?
How she came out, you mean?
No, like if she were to be angry at something.
Oh, mainly it's just I hear her up there.
Yeah.
Unless she jumps me, but she knows. And
what do you
her
mean by jump?
She'll push me out of the way of the window.
Okay.
And then she'll be out.
Yeah.
But her biggest punishment right now is my fiance. She loves him so much, and she doesn't want him to push her away, because that's kind of what we're used to. So, and he wouldn't, but that's her fear. So if she's doing something like jumping me when she's not supposed to, I'll say, Dad will really be disappointed you did that, Tal. And she's like, and that's her taking a toy away.
Yeah.
Is letting her know that we'll let Dad deal with this, and Dad will be disappointed in you.
Right.
So I don't do that to her often, but yeah, that's her taking a toy away.
Well, I mean, I gotta ask these questions because I mean, if we are gonna go there, I feel it is important to know,
right?
The terms of what you're saying. I hope I'm not prying too much on it.
No.
Oh, I don't want to push you too hard on it. Whatever you're comfortable with.
I'd let you know, and some things. I mean, I'm willing to talk about everything. Some things, if I can't, it's just because I can't find the right word to put to what it feels like.
Right.
But a lot of when she gets upset, it's just her up there, and I can feel her or hear her yelling, feel her throwing things around her room, or hear it, or sometimes it's a visual where I can actually see it. And
for sure.
Go in and look at her room, and all of a sudden everything's in disarray and whatever, or gone, because she's snapped it all out of her room before too. But the one rule that he's made with her is if you destroy your property out of anger, you're not allowed to snap it fixed.
Yeah.
She can do this and it's fixed.
Yeah.
She has to manually do it. She can get the tools snapped, but she has to manually rebuild whatever she breaks. Right.
That keeps her.
So that kind of, so that kind of made that not as much of a thing anymore, because she doesn't want to have to do any kind of manual labor.
Right.
But
so on that account.
So that's kind of how it feels. What it's just hearing, seeing, feeling her get upset. And because she's really not part of me, it's not me getting upset.
Right.
But I can tell she is. So sometimes, like if I'm talking to somebody, I'll like lose track of what I'm talking about with them, because I'm hearing her.
Yeah.
And trying to calm her down as well as talk to them. But normally she does not get that way.
what is she saying to you right now? Is she saying anything to you?
She's just like, I like him, Mom. Can we talk to him again?
That's awesome. I'll talk to you guys. I hope we could have more conversations about this. And there's
I'd
a lot
love
of other
to.
stuff you like too that I'd love to talk about.
Yeah, I'd
Obviously,
love to.
how big I am into the paranormal. You mentioned something about paranormal in your place. Is there something going on in
Oh
your
yeah,
place?
our house is haunted. Yeah.
How old
Well,
is the
our house
house?
is. How old is our house? 200
Almost 200.
almost 200 years
Oh
old.
yeah, so there's some history at this house.
72.
All right.
1872. So yeah,
Yeah.
and we're convinced his mother's here,
Oh
the
wow.
one that passed on, because
The
we
day she
smell
died.
her,
Right.
and she has a urn and a huge 16 by 20 picture of her on our fireplace mantle.
Wow.
When you walk by it, that's where you smell her.
Mm-hmm.
And we smelled her in our bedroom because we are in her old room.
Yeah.
It's been
So
deep cleaned.
it's been deep cleaned and all that, but we can still every once in a while smell her.
Get a hint.
I have people that I have felt come and sit on the bed with me when I'm
Mhm.
sleeping. I've felt
What about the day that she blew the light out to prove that
oh, there
was
was
an
yeah, we had a LED office light in our ceiling, and he had an agreement with her that when she died, give him a signal that there's an afterlife.
Yeah.
We knew LEDs you can't blow out.
I'd do it.
With this LED light had 3 different things that went different directions. So we had
Right.
one on each desk. Hers
16
blew out.
LEDs.
16 LEDs and one light blew out. The one
Wow.
that was facing her desk.
Yeah.
So yeah,
The
then
day
we
she
have
died.
Chuckles, which I don't know his name, but Chuckles is just more of a comedian, and he likes to misplace things and move stuff around. And used to be he'd watch me in the shower and try to get in there with me, but now he doesn't do that. But he's kind of pervy too.
He's a dirty ghost.
He's a dirty ghost. But and I know we've got others in here. It's just I don't see them as often. And we have ghosts of animals.
What kind of
that-
things do you have happen? I mean, do things move a lot? Do you guys have like
Oh, yeah.
poltergeist activity?
I don't know. Have you seen things move? Like actually
I've
seen?
seen shadows go across the wall.
Well, we've seen shadows go across.
Yeah,
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 I know
shadow
we've had
people.
shadow people.
Mhm.
I know we've had shadow
And
people.
I
Have you had like
tell-
white manifestations and all that? Like, have they manifested? And
I haven't, but I think he has. Oh yeah, I know you have.
I've seen out of the corner of my eyes people that
Yeah.
I know are gone.
Yeah, it's mainly
Yeah.
seeing it out of the corner of your eye, but not dead on.
yeah,
As soon
But-
as I turn to it, they disappear.
But we have stuff move around. Cabinets once in a while can open.
Pictures fly across
Pictures
the living
can
room.
fly across the living room. Yeah.
have you ever had like an investigative team or anything come in and
No, there is one that's around this area though, but it's only a husband and wife, and I don't know how long they've been doing it.
yeah,
Well,
I mean, I
for
know
a
from
couple
watching the
of girls.
paranormal shows that some of them it's just like, how did you get into this job? This is so hokey. Why are
oh
you doing
yeah,
it?
for sure.
But then there's some that you're like, wow, there's a lot of validity to how they're doing it. And I don't
That's
know
what
the
I've been
people
getting
like.
into is I've been doing like more legit paranormal investigation. Yeah, with you
Yeah.
know, with real investigators, with all of the state of the art
That's
stuff.
cool.
It's been really cool, but I'm such a ghoul, like I just can't help but take every every conversation and kind of lead it to this. And when I
That's
saw
all right.
his
That's all
when I
right.
saw his chair spinning, my mind was blown for a second. I was like, I really hope someone was there, or
Yeah,
otherwise
no.
it was like perfect.
But no, and that is something that actually, if I could get him when we do the podcast for something like that, I'll have him with it because
I would
he's
love
been
to.
here. I mean, I've only been here 3 years. He's been here since what, 2005, 6?
Yeah.
In
Would
this
he be
house.
willing to just lean in and say hi? I mean, we've kind of heard him on that. We just want to see. There he is. How are you?
That's,
How you doing?
that's
How
my
are you? And that's
influence.
John, right?
Yes,
sir.
yes.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Well, we've heard your voice, now you kind of in the background, so we had to put a face to the voice real quick.
Yeah, that's him.
But I really hope that you'll come on a
That's-
podcast sometime and talk to me more about the paranormal stuff. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I think he'd do
Especially
it.
since I'm
But he
I see
was
dead
the
people.
one. He was the one that was worth driving
Yeah.
1,700 miles
Yeah.
in a budget truck all the way to get to you.
All right.
So yeah,
Well, and it sounds like he's very understanding to the situation and very good to both of you. So, I
He
mean, what
is.
more could you
He's
ask for,
very.
right?
No, he's very. And people, there've been people too that have asked, isn't it creepy for him when she comes out that she's a 9-year-old little girl
Right.
and that she sees him as dad?
Yeah.
But he totally takes the dad role. And
Nah, she's my little gift.
No, that's awesome, man. I really do applaud you for being so understanding and so cool about it all, because so many would not be. So, I mean, it sounds like he's a keeper, right?
Awesome.
Hi, Dad.
Hey.
Hi, Dad.
Hey,
I
Trevor.
jumped, Mom. I jumped,
You know,
Mom.
you had to at least show him love, right? You know, that's great.
Yep, he saved my life. He saved, well, not me, but Mom too. You saved our
Actually,
life.
it's mutual. You did that to me too.
I don't do nothing. I'm just.
You and Mom definitely are the reason I'm still here.
Mom says I'm in trouble. I gotta get out.
She got in trouble,
Yeah, she got in trouble.
but interestingly, I do see dead people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we would
I
be
am-
great. And he keeps saying I'm an empath. I'm only with him, but
I'm truly an empath. I've seen them since I was a little kid.
so yeah, you got your topic for your next show.
I know. We got to schedule this right away. You got the smoking gun. This is
Yeah.
right on.
Yeah,
Well, you know, I know we don't have a ton of time left for this one. I've got to kind of I get so excited. I could talk to you forever. We could have 5 parts, but let's just schedule again, and you know,
Okay.
hopefully I can talk to all 3 of you. You know, and if the
Yeah.
cat wants to talk to us too, the one that keeps popping in, they're allowed to also.
Oh, one of my babies, yeah.
But you know, this has been a pleasure, Traci. I just you know, I
Yeah,
missed you
it
at
has been
karaoke. I
good.
wish you were here too, John. We could have partied hard. You
I
know, I mean, I'm not that
mean,
present
Put a
anymore, but
face with the name now.
He's heard so many stories. He said that it's slightly nice to put a face with a name.
Yeah,
absolutely. Too bad it's my face. You have to put a face too. But
Shut
hey,
up.
come on. It could be you could have it worse. You could have mine.
no, no, man. I'm so glad you popped over so the audience
And
could
did
see
you notice his shirt?
I love the shirt.
Okay,
Oh
he's
yeah, I'm a massive Friday the 13th fan
So
and
is
a
he.
slasher
Awesome.
flick
So
guy.
is he.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys are gamers or not, but
Oh yeah,
I'm playing the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre game now.
I saw
And
that.
I'm telling you, it is if you like the Friday the 13th game, it's the same make, and this one's fantastic. It's like a mixture of Dead by Daylight and Friday the 13th together. Super
You
good.
would get into
cool.
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
you would.
so
get into
if
that.
you got Xbox or PlayStation, I think it's on the Game Passes and all that. I would get in on that action, man. It's and if you guys start playing it a lot, hey, let's get those headphones going. We'll play together.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's on Microsoft Game Pass for PC.
We'll check it
I
out.
think it is. Yeah, I think
It is,
it
we'll do it.
coincides with the whole Game Pass. Yeah,
If for no other
Awesome.
reason, we'll be able to hang out with Cain. So let's
Yeah.
do it.
exactly. And I want you know, we could be the killers or we could be the victims. I don't care.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I ain't no victim.
I'm a ghoul. I'm a ghoul, so I like to be the killer. I like to go chasing people in the game. But
Well, I remember
Now, are you only the chainsaw
no, you get to be the family. So so there's actually what 5 or 6 characters you can be. You're not always Leatherface. You're like the whole family, and you're feeding Grandpa blood and all this. Man, it's pretty
Oh,
darn
That's
cool.
cool. So it
Yeah.
goes through the roots.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It goes way back to the roots. And then there's like, I think there's 6 or 7 victims that you can choose through too. And they all have their different endurances and different things. It's pretty sweet game.
So it's like
I'm
Friday.
essentially gonna hang up here and I'm gonna go running upstairs and start killing folks.
I'll send him the video that I did
Cool.
from Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Yeah, we played.
Please
Friday.
do.
I just set up a video of when you can, as Jason, smash the car. And
Yeah.
I put music to it and stuff. So
That game blew my mind, man. I mean, I know they kind of killed it now because they moved on to other things, but I mean, to me, that was the mecca of games. Like it was
That was awesome.
the main
was so
stuff we
good.
play is World of Warcraft and Diablo.
yeah, which
Like,
are great.
We kind
Yeah.
of have everyone we met on World of Warcraft. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
Diablo 4 is a letdown.
eh.
I
Yeah,
gotta put it out there. It's a letdown.
But
let down.
we're gamers no matter what. I mean, we've had, oh God, a plethora of games that we play.
Yeah.
The Last of Us is
The
my
Last of
latest
Us.
endeavor.
Some of them I'm good at, some I'm not. Some I just run around like Grand Theft Auto. I run around beating stuff up and he saves me. So,
Or Tal does.
oh, that's Tal's game. She likes running around and beating the hell out of people on the
Open
street.
world games are the best because you can just roam around. Sometimes when you're bored, you just roam around and mess around and do ridiculous
Yep.
stuff.
Oh
And
yeah.
that's what I
Yeah.
let Tal go out and
That's
do. She
it.
likes that.
I love it. Well, man, it's been a pleasure talking to both of you.
Okay. Yeah, we'll
Just
set up
because of
for
time
something.
restrictions and everything, unfortunately, I have to cut us now. But
That's
man,
fine.
let's do this again, okay? Let's
Yep,
make a plan of
definitely.
it, and I'll talk to both of you if you don't mind.
Cool.
Yeah, cool.
And Talyia as well. I'd say both of you, all three of you guys are welcome.
Okay, she's bye. It was fun. Bye-bye.
All right. I hope you didn't hate talking to me. It's been a
Oh, it was
pleasure.
fun. I like you. And you're cute too.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's one of how many people who have told me that in my life. So, all
You're
right.
right,
Well,
B.
hey, take
You're
care,
right.
guys. Thank you.
You take
Okay,
care.
bye.
See
Nice
ya.